Hari Om, welcome to Transformational Thursdays 7. Have you noticed how some situations bring peace and a sense of calmness in some of us, and the same situation brings a sense of tension and unrest in some of us? Let us relate this with a short story. A king had two sons. Both the sons had similar upbringing. They grew in the same palace. They were nurtured by the same teachers in the same Gurukul. Both had similar comforts, and people around them were all alike. But the king observed that as the two sons grew, one son's presence brought peace and harmony amongst everybody around him, while the other son's presence brought unrest and a sense of tension around. Same situation, but two different responses, totally opposites. Let's look at this with relevance to our behaviors. Our behaviors are again a very visibly apparent feature of our gunas that arise within us internally. Sattva guna portrays restraint. The Rajas guna portrays restlessness, and the Tamasic guna portrays confusion. The same situation gives two responses, two very different responses. One of them portrays Daivi Sampada, that is the divine qualities. The other portrays Asuri Sampada, or the Asuric qualities. Sampada again is our inner wealth, our inner qualities that we choose, that again shape our destiny. Let us look at some behaviors in relevance to the divine qualities and the demonic qualities. First, behavior. The next aspect will be the divine qualities, and the third aspect will be the asuric qualities. Let's look at each and every behavior with the response accordingly. When we look at self-identity as a behavior, the divine qualities are amanitvam, humility, whereas the asuric response is ahankara, ego, where the reflection is I know everything and I am always right. When we go to the behavior of speech, the divine quality is satyam. Regardless of what comes, the person always speaks the truth. Whereas the asuric quality reflects damba, pretense, or again falsehood. Then the third behavior, let's talk about the reaction to opposition. What will a person's reaction be when the conversation leads to opposition? The Daiva response will be akrodha, calm, restraint, and controls anger. Whereas the demonic response will be krodha, anger. Then the behavior of desire. The divine response will be samyama, self-control. Whereas the asuric response is lobha, greedy. When we get to power and authority as a behavior, the divine response is ahimsa, non-violence. They protect the dignity of others. And the asuric response is himsa, cruelty, and hold on to people with control and inflict a sense of fear. When we talk about behavior of relationship with others, the Daivic response will be daya, which is again compassion and harmony. The asuric response is parusyam, it's harshness and self-holding. When it is giving and sharing of resources, The Daivik response, the divine response is Dhanam, charity, whereas the Asuric response is ignorance of Dharma. When we look at knowledge and outlook, the Daivik response is Gnana with the Shastras, and it's always guided, whereas the Asuric response is world without truth of God. When we look at the view of the world, the Daivik response is with an order and with a purpose in life, and the Asuric response, restlessness and fear. The inner state of mind as a behavior is peace and fearlessness in the Daivik state, and bandhana, bondage, on the Asuric end. The ultimate goal of life, when we talk about vimoksha or liberation, the Daivik responses, all the qualities, all the divine qualities adapted will lead to vimoksha and liberation, but the Asuric responses, bandhana and bondage. This reflects in our everyday life. This pattern of the two suns is a reflection of us in everyday life, our thoughts and our responses to each and every situation. Here, the first sun, his presence was felt with happiness and peace around him, and very naturally and effortlessly people liked him and followed him. So he controlled his mind to gain the respect of his followers or his subjects. And whereas the second sun had people gripping onto him with fear, people obeyed him out of fear. When we talk about the first son who followed the divine qualities, his presence was at ease. People followed him effortlessly. People felt peaceful and at rest with him around. He ruled himself and others followed him effortlessly. When we talk about the second son, people were gripped with fear around him. He wanted to control the kingdom and lost control over himself. Same situation, two responses. It is totally up to us to pick our sampada, our treasures, and shape our destiny and live a life of completeness. The words that we carry, the choice is ours. With every passing day, with every passing instance, one situation at a time, one instance at an instance, it's up to us to learn, unlearn, observe, absorb, have transformations to become better versions of ourselves. I would like to end today's transformational session with a quote from my Guru for you to ponder through the week. Your true character reflects when you do the right thing when nobody is looking. Thank you. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu.